do you know what this means? It's something happens is the A. The action, the event, something takes place. B is your beliefs. So something happens in the world, or to you, and then you have a certain belief system about it, a certain way of thinking about it that helps you process it and deal with it. And then because of that belief system, there's the C, which is the consequence. Either you will feel a negative or a positive way based on the beliefs about the situation. Which is why I was trying to examine with you earlier your belief about yourself. What do you believe about yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like you believe that you're a good person, but you do kind of fall into doing things that you don't think you should, or would like to do better, so you kind of see yourself as more bad than good. Okay. Now, bringing it back to this, I want to focus here. You said, I'm not ready to go back to work yet. So taking it back to that model is, there's something that's going to happen or is happening. Work. Work is there. This is an issue. What's your thinking pattern about work? Let's start there. What is your belief system about work? Do you think you're a bad worker? Do you think this job is stupid? Do you wish you had another? What is your belief system?
Oh, and I just don't want to go. I think that I like my job,
Okay.
um, and I enjoy it while I'm there. Um, Sometimes, some days, um, and I think I'm a great worker. I feel like I'm underappreciated a little bit, but and that's getting better, which is good. Cause like a couple weeks ago, I thought that I wasn't appreciated at all. But I just don't want to go to work. I feel like work is something we have to do, and I just don't want to. Like that's my thought pattern there. Like, I wish I could just stay home all day and do nothing. I wish I could be Andrew. Stay home and do nothing all day and have somebody else take care of me.
But if you did that, then you wouldn't be the person that you're describing as good.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Why? Why would you want to stay home all day? What would you do?
I don't know. I'd get bored eventually. Sleep.
Right?
Watch some movies.
I mean, you said that a person who's good does things and they help people, and isn't that what you're doing at work?
Yeah.
So work should be an opportunity for you to fulfill the things inside of you that you feel like.
Yeah, but at work it's like I have to do it. Like in my free time, like for instance with my neighbor, like when I don't have to do it, I enjoy helping people more. But when I have to do it, I just feel like it's tedious and like it's the same shit over and over again. Which is weird because I do like my job and I like working with people. I do.
Okay. So maybe that's what you should say. Instead of, I'm not ready to go back to work, your thought pattern, your belief about the work should be something along the lines of, I like doing my job. Do you?
Mhm. I do.
What? Go ahead. What do you think about that?
Oh, I do like my job. I like most of the people there. I like that I got the opportunity to do in-home work, which is really rare in my job, and it really allows for me to be a social worker and go and interact with people rather than just sit around and do nothing at work or do lots of paperwork or go to court. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I can actually go to like my family's home and sit with them and talk with them and get them what they need. I have that time. I have that luxury. And that's a lot of things at CPS that people want.
Hmm.
And I just got thrown into it like by chance.
So then what about your job? I know that's a loaded question because there's a lot, but I'll phrase it like this: why not choose to focus on those things? So when you wake up in the morning, be mindful and say, I'm not ready to go back to work. Stop. Don't even let yourself think that thought. Take your mind right back to, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my job. And start thinking those kind of thoughts and trying to shift your mind into the, I'm a good worker. That's what you said before, right? I'm pretty good. I'm good at what I do. I like my job. I'm good at it. I have a job that other people want. See what I'm saying? Pushing your thoughts in that direction. Now, that's easy to say, but what do you think?
I think it's good I mean, I think that I'd like to do that because it would help me wake up better and start my day in a more positive way. But I feel like also it's not like, oh, I don't want to go to work and do the work that I do. It's more like I said, like I wish I could stay home and somebody else could take care of me. Like, I guess I don't really know exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, because I like to go to work and I don't like to just be like cooped up in the house all day most of the time. Um,
Part of this therapy is carrying the irrational thoughts through. Think through that irrational thought. Take it to the end. So you say you really want to be here all day?
yeah, but I don't really. I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to, like, have someone take care of me the way I take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would get bored being here all day. For like a week, it'd be nice, but for the most part, like, I'd rather go to work, and I like, you know, I miss the people that I work with. Like, for the most part, there are some jerks at work, but, like, you know, I do enjoy going to work. I don't think it's necessarily the work that I don't want to go to. It's more, like, the act of having to get up. Like, it's a chore to have to get up and get ready and get there. Like, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. It sounds like you need some. You say so much that I want to go back to, but we have such limited time. You say it's a chore. And that's what I'm saying is you getting up in the morning is you getting ready to go do the thing you enjoy doing. So, for example, if you like to skydive, you can't go skydive naked. You have to get up in the morning and get dressed and get prepped and pack your parachute and then go skydive. You know, and the person who loves skydiving isn't complaining most of the time about having to pack their parachute. So that's what I'm saying to you is if you change your approach to your work and focus on that, maybe, at least for the first thing. I mean, there's other things.
Yeah.
But just that first morning, wake up, really start hammering in on that thinking pattern that you develop in the morning to be more positive and goal-oriented. I'm going to go to work today. And you know what? I know I'm not going to get all my to-do list done. Let's not even pretend like I am. But I can set a goal to do a quarter of it. That's easy. You're going to do that anyways. So this way, when you go to work and you do actually do a quarter, I reached my goal. Let's go a little further.
But I usually do get my to-do list done when I'm not lazy.
So then you accomplish things.
Yeah. When I'm not being lazy like I did this whole last week.
Okay.
I always get my to-do list done. That's why I get mad at myself when I don't.
So then it's before you get to work. That's the issue then.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. It's not the work. It's not like, oh, I don't want to go to work. Like, I hate my job. It's not that. It used to be, but it's not anymore. It's having to get up and go beyond the world. I'd rather be at home and sleep and cuddle with my dog.
But yet, now check this out. But yet you just said that you realize if you stay home, you get bored and there wouldn't be much to do. So there's something about being at home that's irrational. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand that? And if we had more time, we could dig into that ideally. But do you get? I'm focusing on the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get you to see that one. This belief about yourself is irrational. You are a good person. Period. Because the person that you describe as being good, you have all those qualities. But at the same time, you have negative qualities too. But tell me one person who doesn't. Then you say, well, mine aren't. Mine are worse than theirs, right? That's irrational. You don't know that. You see, theirs are probably worse than yours. They're probably saying the same thing. I'm not as bad, Brandy's not as bad as I am, man. Ooh. Because they don't know how bad off you are because you hide it so well. You see that? So that's just an irrational way of thinking that you got to change. If you want to. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Well, I do want to.
But it starts here.
My question is, though, how do I get the motivation to actually do it?
To do what?
Like, change my thought. Like, for instance, like, your idea to journal. I liked that idea. I thought it was going to be really good. I thought it'd be eye-opening for myself. And then I didn't do it after Tuesday.
What happened?
I would forget. I'd get to work and realize, oh, I forgot to do that this morning. And then I'd get home and be like, well, I didn't do it this morning. Why did I do it tonight? And then I just forgot about it altogether.
Okay. So then that's the go back to the model ABC. Action. Something happened. You forgot to do it. Okay. Belief. What did you think at that moment when you got to work and you said, I forgot to do it this morning? Dang it. What was your belief? What thoughts went through your head?
I'll do it later. I'll do it when I get home. I don't know.
And then what does that create in you? Does that create the consequences? Does that create feelings of fulfillment, of happiness, or burden and putting things off again?
Well, I guess the burden and putting it off. Because then when I got home, I was just like, well, I didn't do it. What's the point of doing it now?
Okay. So instead of when you remembered then, maybe instead of saying, oh, I forgot, oh well, change your thinking. I forgot, but I can still do a little bit. I may not be able to do the first part because I don't remember what I was thinking, but I can still do 3 things about my morning that were good and 3 things or 2 things that are bad. You see, like, make compromises with yourself. Don't go all or nothing, because that's all or nothing is going to set you up for failure. And then in future failure too, because if I didn't do it now, then what difference does it make later? Then does that?
Mm-hmm.
So you say, how can I be more motivated? Change your approach. Don't do the all or nothing approach. Don't do the pass or fail. Don't do that. Instead, compromise. Find ways where if you mess up, if you didn't do something like this, compromise. Do something different, or something that you can do to the best of your ability, that you can sit back and say, okay, I tried. Instead of, well, I didn't even try. See, I told you I'm not a good person. That's just going to feed that negative consequence of criticism. And is this making sense? I'm trying not to get too technical.
No, it makes perfect sense.
What do you think with feedback?
I like it. I mean, I like the approach. It's just, I guess I have that. I'm being negative and, like any other thing that I would have. Like, I have skills. Like, I help people every day think of ways to, think more positive and be organized and, but I just can't do it myself. So I feel like this is awesome and I really like it. Like, I would like to wake up in the morning and think, like, oh, I can't wait to get to work. Like, I can't wait to help this family, or, like, I would love to feel like that. But my problem is I just don't. And I don't know how to change it, because just wanting it, just wanting it, just wanting to change it isn't enough motivation for me, I guess, because it doesn't, I'm being realistic I think that I would do this, I would change my thinking for a couple days and then I'll just stop. That's my biggest problem.
Okay. So I hear you saying that the main issue is just actually following through on a long term, staying with that motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you'll start, but your motivation will die.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know how to keep it. I feel like that's my biggest problem.